Well, since the departure of Richard Malone, Western New York Catholics, they have been without a permanent bishop. The responsibility of naming a replacement is solely in the hands of Pope Francis.
But one man thought to be the key advisor in that decision recently sat down with the president of Canisius College to talk about the next Buffalo bishop. Investigative reporter Steve Brown has that story.
Well, I was kind of kidding with people saying, you know, as of that morning, there was 1 degree of separation between me and the Pope.
10 days ago in Washington, the Canisius College president met with Christophe Pierre, papal nuncio, Vatican ambassador to the United States, and a key member of Pope Francis' inner circle. Pierre is widely expected to recommend names for the next bishop of Buffalo. That was the subject of John Hurley's meeting with the nuncio, what Buffalo area Catholics say they want in a bishop based on parishioner feedback from a December symposium.
Things that you would expect. We want the bishop to be humble, holy, honest, collaborative. We want the next bishop to be a servant leader. We want the next bishop to be willing to make hard decisions.
A frequently mentioned requirement among area Catholics is that the next bishop have no connection to former Bishop Richard Malone.
The biggest thing that we need is that trust, and how do we go about getting that trust back? And I think by him making big changes in the diocese, getting rid of the old guard.
Is it going to be better for this diocese if the next bishop is from outside?
Yes, I think without question. And I got a sense in my conversation with the nuncio that he understands that.
For now, Apostolic Administrator Bishop Edward Scharfenberger is leading the Buffalo Diocese through difficult decisions. Last week, Scharfenberger announced the closure of the Christ the King Seminary. Still ahead, a decision on bankruptcy, which is expected soon. But how long before the Albany bishop is replaced by a new permanent bishop? Last month, Scharfenberger had this estimate.
It could be a few weeks. It could be a few months. I don't think it'll be longer than that.
Do you get the idea that we're going to see a new bishop before year's end?
I would think so. You know, I was told back in December by people who watch these things and know that Buffalo had moved up the list simply because of the problems that we have here.
Experience may also be a key factor in choosing the next Buffalo bishop. Hurley says his conversation with the nuncio led him to believe it's likely a current bishop, perhaps from another smaller diocese, would be likely recommended to Pope Francis. Steve Brown, Channel 2 News.